Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's case is a missing persons case that has a very disturbing theory, so let's jump right into it. Tammy Mahoney was only 19 years old when she vanished. She was born and raised in Long Island, New York with her family, but was currently living in Oneida, New York with her boyfriend. She had dreams of becoming a veterinarian and was attending the State University, New York of Morrisville. She was studying animal husbandry during her freshman year, but did not attend her sophomore year. It wasn't unusual for Tammy to disappear. She did so quite frequently, and the longest period of time where she had disappeared for was about 18 days. Tammy was working as a groomer at Vernon Downs, and she would often hitchhike to work because she didn't have a car. 5 days before she vanished, she had quit her job because it was too far from where she lived, but she never told her boyfriend that she had quit her job. Instead, she would still go by her usual schedule, and she was actually applying to other jobs. She actually applied to the Oneida Daily Dispatch, which was a local newspaper. On May 8th, 1981, Tammy decided that she wanted to go visit her friends that lived in Hamilton, New York. Keep in mind, at the time, she had no car, so she had decided that she was going to hitchhike to get there. Tammy was last seen on Route 46 in Madison County, New York, and she was seen sometime between 5 to 7 p.m. On May 11th, Tammy's boyfriend actually reported her missing. He claimed that the reason why he took a little bit to report her missing was because she was known to have disappeared, but for a couple of days. Even though she had disappeared for 18 days, it was very unusual for her not to return or reach out in a timely manner. So he began to worry about her and decided that it was time for him to report her missing. On May 15, 1981, an anonymous individual turned in a wallet into the Oneida City Police Department. FBI investigators had believed that the owner of the wallet might have some information regarding Tammy's disappearance. The reason for this is because the owner of the wallet actually had Tammy's ID, and investigators confirmed that this person had been with Tammy the night of her disappearance. In November of 1981, police had combed through woods near the Oneida Nation's reservation after receiving an anonymous tip that Tammy's body might be there, but there was no new information recovered from this tip. They didn't find a body, they didn't find any more evidence. It was just a false tip. In April 1989, police are stumped as to the whereabouts of Tammy, and they decided to hold a news conference in order to get help from the public and see if anyone knows anything so they can possibly move forward with Tammy's investigation. But during Tammy's investigation, a lot of false tips came in, so they were basically left with nothing. In November 1997, there was a possible breakthrough in the case. Somebody had reported a partial skull of a woman, but when they had investigated the skull, it was found to not have belonged to Tammy. Then in May 2000, a disturbing theory was formed by the FBI, which stated that they had believed that Tammy was possibly ganged, SA'd, and murdered on the Oneida Indian Nation land that night of her disappearance. However, there is absolutely no physical evidence to prove that this ever happened, and apparently they believe that she was picked up and was brought to a party on the Oneida reservation. In June of 2001, police had received a tip that Tammy remains could have been found in the Oneida territory, but unfortunately the remains were found to not be human. So the constant back and forth with investigators and these tips, I feel like, is stalling the case. I don't know if there's somebody who is putting in these false tips to kind of lead investigators away from the truth, but it seems like this case has a very clear history of just putting false tips and reporting from anonymous people that are just not reliable. In October 2001, the Madison County Police announced that they have identified suspects in relation to Tammy's disappearance. And according to authorities, these individuals know exactly who they are and they know that they are suspects, but their names have never been released to the public. The FBI are still continuing their efforts to find Tammy. They believe that she is in the Oneida territory and or on Route 46. They're constantly searching in these areas, but nothing has ever turned up for her. And on April 18th, 2019, the FBI increased the reward for any information on Tammy to $40,000. And another breakthrough in the case is on October 27th, 2020, the FBI were able to get in contact with the person who brought the wallet in. Both investigators and the FBI believe that this person has crucial information to what happened to Tammy. However, there have not been any arrests made in her case. I think that the wallet is a key part to this investigation. I believe if this person knows something and this person's able to identify the individuals and say what happened that night, possibly even know where Tammy's body might be, this can lead to a huge breakthrough in the case and possibly the solving of Tammy Mahoney's disappearance. However, there has been no new information regarding the person who found the wallet, and on May 10th, 2023, the FBI stated that the case is still very active. There are several witnesses that have come forward confirming the information that had been provided in the past. So what I like about this particular case is that it seems that the investigators and FBI are putting all their efforts in, and it seems like there have been several updates to Tammy Mahoney's disappearance. Possibly we might see in the future Tammy Mahoney's case getting solved. So it's very nice to see that, but I would say the whole story is very, very suspicious. Everything about it. I mean, these individuals not being named, what is the evidence? Why has the FBI said that their theory is that she's been ganged SA'd? What has led the FBI and the investigators to come to this disturbing theory about Tammy, and what happened on the Oneida territory? I mean, we don't even know if that really happened there because there's no body, there's no evidence to point investigators and the FBI to what exactly happened. I don't particularly have a theory on this case. I just hope that Tammy does get found and the case does get solved. And it's very unfortunate because Tammy's mother did pass away, but she does have sisters who are still alive and are still fighting for justice to figure out what happened to Tammy that night. Anyone has any information, please come forward, please report it. Hopefully we can get this case solved in the next coming years. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment down below. Have you guys heard of this case? What do you guys think happened? Leave your theories down below. Thank you guys so much, and please stay tuned for more true crime.